So the current state of Skibidi Toilet is unknown and uncertain. A lot of people are speculating on a lot of things. Apparently, there's drama between YouTubers. I don't know what's going on. I'm out of the loop as usual. But Iron Cameraman is going to fill us in on what's been going on.
Hello, everyone. Iron
That's the video.
Cameraman here. Yeah, you got it right. The choice is ours. And the direction of not only episode 80, but the entire Skibidi Toilet story now depends on how effective our actions turn out to be. The stakes are high. The outcome of Bring Boom Back determines the fate of the whole franchise. And besides the common enemy in the form of the company that refuses to hear us, dramas have already started inside our alliance, which isn't surprising and was pretty much inevitable considering how huge
Bro, please don't tell me I'm in a drama I don't know about. That would be crazy.
everything has become. This only makes the situation worse. And that's exactly why I've never left comments about anything that wasn't directly related to the problem, but this case is different, and my comment won't be unnecessary because it helps explain both sides' perspectives. Since I don't want to dive into every tiny drama, let's go through the biggest and most relevant one, the drama between Ibio and Steak. Use
Bomboclat. Bomborasclat. Bomboclat. Why? Wait, Ibio has 4.65? Bro, y'all are like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really a nobody YouTuber, bro. I don't even care to say that because what? They each got 4 million subscribers. Wait, what? Did he just catfish me? Did he just catfish me? Or does Ibio have a different channel? Did he just catfish? Oh, wallahi, he catfish me. Wallahi, he catfish me, bro. Maybe that was the joke and it went over my head. Okay.
Using their argument as an example, it's really easy to project what's happening onto other smaller dramas too. Because conceptually, every conflict that's flaring up right now because of the Invis situation is the same, and the sides are playing two similar roles. And the argument between Ibio and Steak is the clearest example, so let's immediately start with the foundation and figure out what actually happened.
Oh,
Steak
brother!
saw a Reddit post and replied publicly, addressing the whole community. He wrote that he didn't quit Skibidi, but right now he simply has nothing to stream. Because Boom stopped responding and barely releases anything he wrote to him 3 times, and got complete silence. That's why Skibidi streams come out rarely. Steak also stated that he doesn't want to get into the drama with Invis, because there are contracts, risks, and legal problems. Plus, he thinks part of the Skibidi community is toxic.
Facts.
Unlike the Steal a Brain Rot audience that supports him, which is
not facts. Not facts. I mean, they're toxic, but they're just like younger kids and more centralized versus Skibidi, which is more international. And they're like pubescent, kind of like 14, 15. So the language is a little more harsh. The hating is a little more frantic.
Is why he's making content about them more often.
Nah, they just pay him right now. That's really what it is.
After that, Ibio harshly criticized Steak's position. He said that
I don't blame him, bro. I'm about to be playing Steal a Brain Rock on my channel too. Shoot.
Steak is blaming the community instead of talking about the real problem, the abusive contract. Ibio explained that he posted the document because it was deceptive and people deserved to know the truth. In his words, Steak distanced himself at the moment when the community needed support, and it looks like he chose comfort and money instead of principles. Ibio writes that he expected more from him and feels disappointed. Steak replied that this kind of aggression and
Okay, so Steak said, because I know you can't see this. Steak said, big reason for me not wanting to be part of the community anymore, by the way. Ridiculous toxicity and hostility for me just talking about how I feel. Hope y'all understand. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be real. I understand what Ibio is saying. And I think it's valid. And obviously they're probably going to show more and more context. But respectfully, of course, Steak don't owe nothing to nobody. He's already done these 12-hour streams. He's gotten information and leaks. He's done so much for the community. He don't owe nothing to nobody. And for him to want to protect his bag and not really address the drama too much, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like Ibio, it's a little bit of projecting going on. I'm sorry, I fuck with you, gang. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no issues with nobody. But if you ask me, yeah, nah, bro. If you ask me, bro, Steak want to get paid and he want to stay drama free and just vibe. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Toxicity is exactly why he doesn't want to be part of this community. As he put it, he's being attacked just for sharing his feelings. After that, Ibio tried to explain himself more gently. He said he was talking about his emotions and didn't mean to sound rude. He reminded him that the community always supported Steak, treated him as an important part of the movement, almost like family. And now, when the fandom is going through the hardest times, people naturally expected a position from him. And the answer in the style of, I don't want your drama, you're toxic.
You can't deny at this point you have become essential and irreplaceable part of the Skibidi Toilet and its community. You're much more than just a passing by guy or another reaction channel. You were the chosen one. Nah, is that shade? Is that shade from the big Ibio?
I'm going to another community.
Yo, he called Steak the chosen one. Yo, we're losing it. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, y'all are dragging it. Nah, that's crazy. He called Steak the chosen one.
Painful and cold. In Ibio's opinion, it deeply hurts the community that was counting on unity.
No, I'm not gonna lie. No cap. Don't say nothing to me. I'm just another reaction channel. You were the chosen one. Keep this focus on Steak. Keep it focused on the chosen one. Steak is gonna be the salvation, bro. Stop.
Not distance. Now let's begin the breakdown. In my opinion, both Steak and Ibio went overboard emotionally. Both worded their points in a not-so-great way. But obviously,
I'm not gonna lie. I still don't think Steak said nothing wrong. Yeah, you didn't really say anything wrong.
Ibio understands the whole situation much better, and his claims aren't baseless. His point itself is correct. Same thing with Steak. The fact that he doesn't want to get into all this is absolutely normal, and nobody has the right to criticize him for that. But the way he wrote it, that's crazy. The wording turned out really strange. If Ibio is emotional...
Hold on, let me read this real quick. Oh, you guys gonna stream Skibidi every day? Like, bro, there's really no content stream about that. And the fact that everyone's mad at me for not streaming really annoys me. Yeah, I mean, when you're the chosen one, I guess you just can't speak like this. Yeah, they did.
He wrote it. That's crazy. The wording turned out really strange. If Ibio is emotional because he understands the context and all the tiny details, and his head is spinning from such a reply, then Steak's emotional reaction comes from misunderstanding the intentions of those who wanted a statement from him and taking everything way too literally. Let's go.
I feel like Steak might be too big. Like, if Steak says something, like, they might actually be like, yo, press him.
Go through Steak's points in detail so I can explain what I mean better. In the first point, he addresses the part of the fandom that demands a reaction to Skibidi Toilet 24/7. And this fragment from his stream perfectly shows what kind of toxicity he's talking about and who exactly he's addressing in that point.
I hate Steak. He will not be doing Skibidi a while, and I unsub to him. See, this is what I do not like, bro. Is whenever Skibidi Toilet fans don't get what they want, they get so mad at me. The Fuck Boom doesn't post an episode, they take it out on me. Okay? The Fuck Boom doesn't post a leak, they take it out on me. You guys are so incredibly toxic, and you make me not want to be part of your community anymore. So if you want to keep being annoying in my chat, then keep doing it. It's going to make me never want to do Skibidi Toilet stuff again. So keep it coming. Keep it coming, low-key, bro. Keep it coming. Y'all don't want Skibidi anymore? Keep being toxic. All right?
Nah, he look like he over it, bro. The chosen one cannot be over it.
That's up to you.
But here I don't understand what reaction he expected from a fandom that is mostly not made of adults. Boom is a mysterious figure in the public space, and constant leaks and interviews through your channel made you look like the mediator between Alexi and us.
Facts.
And the fandom asks you for all this not because they're toxic, but because you became the bridge between the viewers and Alexi. It's no secret that the Skibidi fandom has a lot of kids, so why are you demanding deep analysis from children? These are kids, and it's normal that they want the content they're used to.
Like, I agree with what you're saying, but I gotta push back just a little bit, just because once again, Steak don't owe nothing to nobody. I don't know, like, I feel like everybody is saying like he the bridge, he the mediator, and he was doing these things in the past, so therefore he must have to maintain that role and position. He never asked for it. He was just doing it for y'all. And yeah, bro. I mean, it's okay to feel some type of way about it, but don't blame him. But if you do, I don't blame you neither. I mean, if you see him as the chosen one, then I guess it makes sense. But I don't think he sees himself that way. And if he do, maybe he do. But nobody wants that. Nobody wants to just keep hearing the chirping, especially when it's not as if he's not doing it. He just, there's nothing to react to. Like, he doesn't feel like he needs to do a what if. He probably don't feel like he need to do any of the side things. He's focused on the main thing, and there's nothing going on right now. So he's doing other stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. Shouldn't be no expectation. Even if he did content in the past and decide not to do it no more, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Why react so sharply and take this so personally, like it's some kind of...
Because y'all are calling him the chosen one, or y'all are making him seem like a bad guy for not doing skibidi content when he doesn't have to, but you're like, y'all are talking like he needs to.
Of huge scandal, and somehow only our fandom behaves this way? You're a big YouTuber. You should understand that what happens publicly and what happens behind the scenes are not the same thing, and everybody knows that. But for many kids, the public space is not a game or a show, it's something real. In their eyes, you're not just a YouTuber, you're Boom's friend, and they've only seen your public side, thinking you're egg 24/7.
He not wrong, but I don't want to sound redundant like a broken record, but that's not, he don't got to adhere to that. You place it on him, but he don't got to bow to that.
We, of course, understand that it's not like that, and a lot of it is done for entertainment. And as a
Facts.
YouTuber myself, I understand that. We all create an interesting persona on YouTube, that's normal, but
Some people do.
viewers who write, "If there's no stream, I'll unsubscribe," that's definitely not the part of the fandom you should take seriously. So
Facts.
the question appears, why blow this into a drama and project the behavior of a few pushy viewers onto the whole fandom?
Because a lot of them act like that. Be real, bro. When skibidi fans get mad, I've seen the worst of it, personally. You know what I'm saying? I've rated the community to some of the worst extents. I've seen it. And like, if you're not used to that toxicity, could get annoying, bro.
This is typical child behavior. When I was a kid,
Called him a child?
I also dreamed that Spider-Man would make a video with me. But Spider-Man didn't get offended and didn't call me toxic, because obviously kids fantasize, overreact, and can write something sharp out of emotion. It's not malice, not a real threat, just...
But also, like, I feel like I'm defending Steak a lot here. I'm not meaning to. I just gotta give view to the other side where it's like, bro, he's streaming for 6-8 hours. He's already playing still a brain rot. He's probably drained. He's brain rotted, and he got to see all this toxicity from the skibidi community. It's rough.
It's a childish attempt to get attention from a favorite creator. The second point is the same. The idea itself is completely fine. You don't want to get into the drama, no problem at all. Nobody can force you to go against the company. But again, the wording turned out strange. You suddenly brought up Ibio's contract leak and again said you don't want to be part of this community.
He just saying what everybody was thinking. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Saying what everybody thinking. That was wild. Heard about that? I was like, yeah, y'all are tripping.
But what does Ibio's contract leak have to do with the whole fandom? Why project one YouTuber's action onto the entire audience as if the fandom somehow forced him to show the contract? Moreover, the core of the...
Okay. So the reason why he said that was probably because it's just a grandeur representation of like the energy around the community, right? Ibio is somebody who's pumping out content, speaking on the problems, speaking on leaks, speaking on everything. So if somebody that's that prominent, the same way Steak is doing something that rash, somebody like Steak is like, what? We're doing, what did he do? And if he feel like, yo, people are wilding, then yeah, that would make somebody want to diss himself. Because if he's one of the bigger people, plus there's a bigger drama, and then they're just he feel like he trying to be roped into it, he gonna cut that right there, and he might kind of overreact the way that Iron Cameraman's talking about it. Like, he might react that way because like, yo, y'all are tripping. At least, again, I can't speak for him. I don't really know him like that. But if it's me, that's what I'm thinking.
Fandom was against him showing it. When he announced he would post the contract in 1 hour, many people said he shouldn't, meaning part of the fandom was truly against it. Here's my comment from before he posted it. So it's wrong to project one person's actions onto the whole group. You could have just said you don't want to get involved in the invis situation. And that's it. I wouldn't have even one question about this point. Ibio always acts at full power. That's the kind of person he is. If he sees injustice, he immediately attacks and does what he believes is right.
But just like, I feel like there's always an exception to the rule in every situation.
He has no half-tones or breaks. So even though I personally was against the contract leak and any insider leaks, I still wouldn't blame him. He's an adult and chooses his own ways to fight. But it's important to understand. Ibio is part of the fandom, but he's not its standard and not its representative. Same with me. Same with any other YouTuber. His decisions are his position, not the position of the whole community. Our job as a fandom is to...
Yeah, but it's also like... How do I put this in the words that everybody's going to understand? Bro, it just speaks to a bigger cultural shift in the community when somebody like Ibio is acting like this. That's basically what it is.
Express our reaction, which we did, but projecting his actions onto all of us or thinking he speaks for everyone is wrong. Now we move to the third point, and again he touched the fandom, comparing it to the brain rot community.
But it's like Ibio, different people in the chat, he probably gets comments. Like, again, how much until you start to say, okay, maybe steak isn't wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously not 1, 2, but if it's 10, 20, if it's 100, like, you don't know the mindset. I feel like he wouldn't just put out a statement like this if people weren't. And me having the same kind of experience, trust me, and I deal with it way more because I do a lot more reactions to it. Yes, bro, the comment sections are bad. So I can only imagine what somebody like Steak is going through.
And calling them less toxic than ours. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, that one I will say, okay, like, he ain't had to say that.
Understand why he needed to bring the brain rot fandom into this and oppose it to us, as if their audience is the right one and ours is not.
I was about to say, plus there's a lot of crossover between both.
That again sounds like belittling our entire community. It's important to remember the context. People weren't asking for streams or endless reactions. They wanted to hear his opinion on the situation. That's not toxicity. That's a natural desire for support when something serious is happening. And nobody demanded daily invis streams or full support of the movement. Literally one short statement like, "I'm for Boom, and I hope episodes will continue as before," would calm down 90% of people.
It's like I want to agree with that, but knowing how much the fan is gonna be like, yo, we need you to try, You give them an inch, they take a mile. But Iron Cameron also not wrong, you know.
The comparison with the brain rot community is incorrect because, as far as I know, they don't have any drama right now. I'm sure that if someone started blocking their game or threatening their project, their fandom would fight back exactly the same. Like
not as hard as Skibidi community.
Like any normal fandom. And I'm sure you would take their side, just like in the Schlepp situation.
I ain't gonna lie, he got him with that. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of cooked with that. I can't lie, he kind of cooked with that.
Fandom is doing the exact same thing, fighting against injustice. Right now, there's a real battle to make sure Alexei regains control over his own channel.
But like, bro, it's probably already, bro, there's a battle? What battle? Bro, if the contracts and paperwork's been signed, it's over. It's over. I don't know I don't know what is going on with this narrative. Obviously, we got to give the support. Until there's an official statement, we won't know. But man, I don't know if we should be acting like the battle is still not over. Like, of course, keep pushing, but they're just going to stay silent for who knows how long. I don't know. And I guess until Boom comes back from Japan, I don't know what's going on.
And can decide what gets published there. He himself confirmed in a letter that he's bound by a contract and doesn't want to obey the company that uses him and ignores the viewer's interests.
Dang, he made a whole playlist.
And doesn't want to
they doing cryptic messages and playlists.
obey the company that uses him and ignores the viewer's interests. And point 4, again, his wording that he can't constantly stream Skibidi because there's no content proves that he wasn't writing that statement to the fandom, but basically to those kids who were threatening to unsubscribe if he didn't stream. Once again, confirming my theory that the statement sounds so poorly worded, exactly because Steak is out of the loop and thinks the whole fandom consists of those kids who want him to stream as often as before. If such a statement came from a reaction channel that watched the episodes a couple of times, and that's it, I wouldn't even comment. But you were one of the faces of the fandom. You even appear as an Easter egg in the actual series. The animators added egg references in your honor. And you know better than I do how much of your presence is in our fandom. Steak, you're a very talented and kind person. I remember writing to you in the chat once, back when you didn't even know who I was, and you immediately noticed and replied, "You notice almost every viewer, and that's incredibly rare. Every time I watch your streams, I'm shocked by how you manage to keep up with the chat so well. You're also extremely viral. Literally any frame with your face or reaction can become a meme. Probably that's exactly why Boom chose you for interviews. He enjoyed talking specifically with you, and clearly not for nothing. You're an independent, strong channel, and you can grow without being tied to one niche. You genuinely love your work and your viewers, and your hyper attention to chat messages and constant references to the fandom show that. So my goal isn't to drag you into drama or prove
It's a good ending. It's a great ending. It's what it needed.
something. I know you're a good person, and I didn't want to hurt you with this video. Most likely, you just rushed and worded things differently than you intended. It happens to
Even gave him the benefit of the doubt.
everyone. I understand
They're reaching for you, chosen one.
your context. You've never been a YouTuber stuck in one theme. You always moved forward and made what you enjoyed without locking yourself into one niche. And that's great. But that's exactly why you could have said something much simpler and more.
I will say this. Steak not saying nothing. I don't know, bro. They might got him too. But also, like, again, if he making even more money than he was making from Skibidi streams with, like, Steal a Brain Rot. I mean, of course, not everything is about money. But it gets to a certain point where, like, you don't want to, you don't want to ruin your business. And again, I don't know. Steak is a really big creator. So a statement from him could warrant action from Invis. And he just don't even want to play like that. That's honestly the main reason why I would think that he isn't directly supporting like crazy. Because obviously, like with the Schlep situation, for example, Roblox not going to come out of Steak. You know what I'm saying? Because they already went after Schlep. That would be bad PR. So it is a tad bit different, especially because the community is calling him, like, you know what I'm saying? They're putting him on such a big pedestal. So, like, I'm saying, and Viz probably looking like, don't, you better not. But I do agree with he could have put out like a little mini, like, you know what I'm saying? I stand with Boom. Like, I hope we can get the new episode soon. Something simple like that, I feel like is all that's needed.
More honest in the statement. Guys, I don't want to get into the Invis.
But again, the take an inch, give a mile. You know what I'm saying? They might try to take a mile. He don't want to even play that game.
This situation. Thank you to the fandom for everything you gave me, but without Boom, it's just not the same. It's a completely different project, and that's it. Nobody would have had a single question. Right now, it feels like you only see toxicity and demands like do reactions more often in our fandom. But trust me, true fans would much rather you not react to the Emergence trailer at all than react for the checklist and say not so bad. Because we understand you're reacting that way because you probably think Boom has something to do with it. And so, out of respect for him, you don't want to trash Emergence. But the truth is, Boom has nothing to do with it. The Boom as producer plate is completely fake. But unfortunately, not everyone understands that yet. And nobody asks you to attack Invis or get deeply involved in the conflict. People just wanted you to be aware of what's going on and stay in context, that's all. Because you see yourself what's happening to Alexi's channel and how the company treats his years of hard work. People are for Boom, not for
I'm not gonna lie, this ending monologue by R. Cameron, phenomenal.
any Skibidi content, and that's important. Steak, if you're watching this, I hope it didn't hurt you. If somewhere I spoke too emotionally, sorry. The goal of this video is to show how your words and actions look from the outside. Think of this video as a mirror, not an attack. I said all this because I know you're not a bad person and definitely didn't want to offend anyone. If somewhere I overdid it or made a mistake, write in the comments. Show me where I'm wrong. That's the only way dramas are resolved properly.
I don't think he really wrong. I just think it's a difference in opinion and a difference in stance. Yeah, I think it's a very good video. I don't think we really need to watch anymore. I think everything he said is pretty much spot on from the perspective of a Skibidi YouTuber, Skibidi community member, especially in a dark time like this, where you want your strongest soldiers to be at the front lines supporting the cause. I don't really consider myself a frontline soldier because I'm not as popular as everybody else. I do give my opinions little here and there. But truthfully, here's what I think. Boom doesn't put out a statement next 3, 4, 5 months. Y'all might as well call it GG's. But like, it really shouldn't even take that long because obviously he's under contract. But like, if we're saying this whole thing, right, where it's like, yo, like, stop playing with my fans. I don't care about the money. I just want to make sure that the series is okay. Trust, like, so they could make a side series or something, but they probably copyright it. I don't know. I just think if people wanted to crash out about this the way they really wanted to crash out about it, they really would. And unfortunately, Ibio set himself on fire to try to spread more awareness and to try to keep the fight going as long as possible. But if nobody is on that timing that Ibio on, then it's just not going to happen. And unfortunately, I wasn't really never part of the whole like alliance collective or clique. I've probably been in one Discord with like everybody. Didn't really talk. I didn't really have nothing to say. I spoke to Steak maybe once or twice, like through streams or maybe Discord. I don't know. And then I spoke with Dom. Really cool with Dom Studio. Really cool people. They got their own thing going on. Verlance, really cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Other than that, like, I spoke with Elite Cameraman a lot back in the day. But I guess the common consensus was always like they were moving away. Not they, but you know what I'm saying? Skibidi is just not in a great place. And I feel like that's always been a conversation in the background with a lot of creators. They probably will never say it, but this kind of conversation has been being had for maybe a year and some change. About like what's been going on and how things are being handled. I never knew the Invis situation was that bad. Because like I openly said, the meeting I had was productive. I mean, I didn't want to sign no contracts, but I thought the creative direction was great. But again, I'm not really too involved, so I wouldn't really know too much outside of those kind of things. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below in the comments. I think it's really sad. But the only one who can save us is Boom and how bad he wants it. Because at the end of the day, we can shout all we want, but we don't have no rights to nothing. And it's up to the guys at the top to do something. And unfortunately, I don't know if Steak has enough motion to even, maybe he do. Maybe that's why they call him the chosen one. Shit. He might got the motion to really turn something around. I don't know. Y'all let me know, like I said, down below in the comments. Hopefully this gets resolved soon. Hopefully Invis realizes, you know what? I'm going to just give him full creative direction. And that's fine. And we move on from this. But who knows? I'll see you guys in the next one, bro. Video already getting too long.